From our studio located in Madison, New Jersey, this is Real Good News. And now, Dawn Collette.
Good morning, I'm Dawn Collette, and I want to welcome you to Real Good News. This episode marks the start of something new for us, and I hope you enjoy the small changes we're making to our show. This morning, we'll take a look at no less than 4 recent local ribbon-cutting ceremonies that happen across our area. Alan Swanson will discuss the facts around Medicaid. Steve Lebetkin from State Broadcast News will take a look at a project from Habitat for Humanity. Tommy Nunmaker joins us for the latest on local school news. And Diane Smith-Kirsch will take a look at a very special ribbon-cutting event that is close to our hearts. We begin today with exclusive footage of Air Force One landing at Morristown Airport on Friday, June 6th during a light rain. The president arrived just before the evening rush and opted for a motorcade to his Bedminster Golf Club instead of the usual helicopter transfer. The motorcade triggered major traffic delays across the area. Route 24 was closed in both directions for about 20 minutes, and Columbia Turnpike was shut down for roughly 35 minutes. According to aviation bulletins, the president is expected to remain in the area through late Saturday night. Now let's take a look at those ribbon-cutting events that happened recently. First, the Pompton Valley Rail Trail officially opened on May 29, 2025, marking the completion of a decades-long project to transform a former rail corridor into a 5.1-mile multi-use path connecting Pequannock Township in Morris County to Wayne in Passaic County. The ribbon-cutting ceremony drew approximately 100 attendees, including local officials, residents, and project partners, celebrating the culmination of over 30 years of planning and collaboration. Built atop the former New York, Susquehanna, and Western Railway's Greenwood Lake branch, the trail extends from River Drive in Pequannock to Mountain View Boulevard in Wayne, near New Jersey Transit Mountain View Station. The 10-foot wide paved path features high visibility crossings, tactile surfaces for visually impaired users, clear signage, and a restored bridge over the Pompton River, ensuring accessibility and safety for all users. The $32 million project, managed by the Morris County Department of Public Works, stands as the largest infrastructure initiative in the department's history. Funding was secured through a federal grant administered by the North Jersey Transportation Planning Authority, NJTPA. Officials from both Morris and Passaic counties praised the cross-county collaboration that brought the trail to fruition, highlighting it as a model for regional cooperation. The trail adds 5.1 miles and 57 acres to the Morris County Park Commission system, which now totals more than 20,600 acres, making it the largest county park system in New Jersey. Park Commission Executive Director Dave Helmer anticipates the trail will attract up to 200,000 visitors annually, potentially becoming the second most popular trail in the county after the Loanica Brook Reservation. In recognition of the trail's historical roots, commemorative railroad spikes engraved with Pompton Valley Rail Trail, dedicated May 29, 2025, were presented to key contributors during the ceremony. The trail is now open to the public for year-round recreational use, serving as a vital connector and amenity for residents in both Morris and Passaic counties. Our second ribbon-cutting event takes place right here in Madison, New Jersey. The Forum at Madison, a 44-unit affordable housing development, officially opened its doors on May 28, 2025. This project is notable for being the first family affordable housing complex in New Jersey to achieve both Passive House certification and meet the U.S. Department of Energy's Zero Energy Ready Home standards. These designations indicate that homes are so energy efficient that a renewable energy system can offset most or all of their annual energy use. Developed in partnership with RPM Development Group, the complex offers high-performance homes featuring modern layouts, Energy Star appliances, LED lighting, high-efficiency all-electric heating, cooling, and hot water systems, energy recovery ventilators, and enhanced insulation. Solar panels are planned for installation to further reduce energy costs for residents. The project was funded through a collaborative model that included community project funding secured by Representative Sherrill, contributions from the New Jersey Housing and Mortgage Finance Agency, the Morris County Home Program, the New Jersey Special Needs Housing Trust Fund, the NJ Affordable Housing Production Fund, and private partners such as Sanditor Bank and PNC. Morris County contributed $425,000 in federal home funds through its Office of Community Development, ensuring that these units remain affordable for at least 30 years. The development aims to provide residents with lower utility bills, cleaner air, and a healthier environment, setting a new standard for sustainable and affordable housing in the state. For our third ribbon-cutting event, we visited the Morris County Vocational School District. The school district marked the official opening of its new Career Training Center with a ribbon-cutting ceremony on May 30th, 2025. Located on the County College of Morris campus in Randolph, the state-of-the-art 46,350 square foot facility will serve approximately 150 high school students starting this fall. The building is designed for long-term growth, with the potential to serve even more students as programs expand. Funded through a combination of state and county support, $18.6 million from the Securing Our Children's Future Bond Act and $8.2 million from Morris County, the center represents a significant investment in the future workforce of the region. The new facility offers share time programs in high-demand fields such as medical and dental assisting, artificial intelligence, renewable energy, and supply chain management. The ribbon-cutting event drew more than 100 attendees, including county commissioners, state legislators, school board members, and education leaders. They emphasized the importance of technical education and preparing students for well-paying, future-ready careers. Students will have the opportunity to earn college credits, industry credentials, and hands-on experience through these specialized programs. This opening is part of a broader vision for a career and technical education hub on the County College of Morris campus. Located near the college's Advanced Manufacturing and Engineering Center and the site of the Future Entrepreneurship and Culinary Science Center, the Career Training Center reflects a strong partnership between local and state officials and educational institutions. Together, they aim to give students a competitive edge and strengthen the region's workforce development efforts. Now we pass it over to our partner, Steve Lebutkin from State Broadcast News.
Habitat for Humanity in South Jersey got some good news this week. Home Genius Exteriors is donating $100,000 worth of windows to the nonprofit to use in its construction of safe, affordable housing for families in need. John Garton, CFO of Habitat for Humanity of South Central New Jersey, says Habitat is always grateful for donations, and this particular donation is so large that the nonprofit will be able to expand its construction portfolio pretty significantly.
What it means to me is what we're going to be able to additionally do in our communities. We have a rather large GSA for Habitat for Humanity, and we need as many donors as possible in both our restores and in our resource development areas. With this particular donation, this should give us the ability, with it being such a large one, to be able to do anywhere from 7 to 8 additional roofs, a couple HVAC systems, and possibly maybe some window replacements.
Home Genius co-founder Austin Killian was at Habitat for Humanity's store in Camden County on Monday as they presented the donated windows.
I know that Habitat, their goal is to be able to build homes, community, and hope for their community. And so I do hope that they realize that no matter what's going on in the world, no matter how difficult times are, what's going on with family, that there's good people out there. And there's people, like at companies like Home Genius Exteriors that want to do well and want to make sure people are impacted and have the homes that they deserve.
Volunteers from both Home Genius Exteriors and Habitat for Humanity assisted with the delivery and organization of the materials to make sure they're ready for use in upcoming home construction and renovation projects.
We got a lot of passionate people, not only here on site unloading windows, but then also back at our office, knowing what we're doing today, and passionate people being able to impact the community here is what it's all about. So I'd say it aligns pretty well with what we're set out to do.
Garten of Habitat says the group is grateful for donations of this kind.
Every time we get this opportunity to have a partnership like this, it helps us to move our mission forward.
If you want more information or want to make a donation to Habitat, visit habitatcamden.com. I'm Steve Lubetkin, State Broadcast News in Cherry Hill.
Next, here is Tommy Nunmaker.
Election Day is Tuesday and Sunday, June 8th, 2025, and it's the final day to cast your ballot early ahead of Tuesday's primary election. Early voting centers across the Garden State are open today from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. If you're in line by 6 p.m., you will be allowed to vote, even if the line extends beyond closing time. This year's primary is particularly significant, featuring a competitive Democratic race for governor run with 6 candidates vying for the nomination. On the Republican side, there are 5 candidates trying to secure their party's nomination. Remember, you can vote early at any designated early voting location within your county. To find your nearest polling place, visit your local county's Board of Election website. If you're an unaffiliated voter, you can declare a party affiliation at the polls to participate in this primary. Everyone should exercise their right to vote. If you or someone you know is in need of a helping hand, Table of Hope continues to serve our Morris County communities with free weekly food distributions. During most weeks, the organization heads to Morristown on Thursdays from 1 to 2 p.m. at Bishop Nazerly Way, located at 59 Spring Street. Then on Fridays, they head to Parsippany to the parking lot of Liquid Church at 299 Webb Row Road, distributing food from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. And it doesn't stop there. Hot dinners are served Monday through Friday, 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. at the Bethel Church in Morristown. No registration is required, and everyone is welcome. These events take place every week, offering consistent support to local families. For more details or to get involved, visit tableofhopenj.org. Stay informed, stay fed, and spread the word. The Summit High School boys lacrosse team is headed back to the sectional final after grinding out a tough win in Wednesday's semifinal matchup. Playing on their home turf at Tatlick Field, the Hilltoppers defeated Ridge 5-2 in a defensive slugfest to advance in the North Jersey Group 3 final. At halftime, it was all tied up at 1-1, but Summit came out strong in the second half, scoring 4 unanswered goals to take control. Ridge managed to take one late goal while Summit was man down, but the Hilltoppers' defense held firm to close out the victory. Junior Quinn Hines led the offense with 2 goals, while James Granger, Jack Freeman, and Chris Davies each clipped in 1. But it was the defense that truly shined. Tight team play and stellar goaltending kept Ridge's high-powered attack in check all game long. The win improves Summit's record to 16-4 and sets up a much-anticipated sectional final showdown against rival Chatham. That game is scheduled for Tuesday, June 10th at 4:30 p.m., right back at Tatlick Field. Fans, mark your calendars. This rematch is shaping up to be one of the most exciting games of the season. It was a tough day on the diamond for Parsippany's high school's girls softball team, as number 14 seeded Ramsey unleashed a winning offensive performance in the North Jersey sectional quarterfinals. The Rams rolled to a 21-0 win, scoring in every inning over just 4 frames and racking up 18 hits. That included an explosive 8-run second inning, followed by another 8 runs in the fourth to end the game via mercy rule. Senior Bella Baldino was on fire at the plate, going 4 for 1 with a home run, 3 RBIs, and 3 extra base hits. And she wasn't alone. Lucy Sobel and Lily Kriz each drove in 3 runs, as Ramsey's offense proved too much for the previously undefeated Redhawks in NJAC Independence play. Brooke Donofrio earned the win for Ramsey, holding Parsippany hitless and scoreless in a one-sided affair. Parsippany ends an impressive season at 16-6, but just couldn't find the rhythm in this one. Star pitcher Ariana's Jack took the loss in a rare off day for the Redhawks. High school proms and graduations are exciting milestones, moments filled with celebration, friendship, and the thrill of stepping into a new chapter. It's natural to want to make the most of these memories, but it's just as important to stay safe while doing so. One of the biggest dangers during this season is drunk driving, which can turn a night of joy into tragedy in an instant. If you or your friends plan to celebrate, make a plan ahead of time. Designate a sober driver, use a ride service, or stay the night where you are. You've worked hard to reach this point. Don't let one bad decision take it all away. Celebrate smart and keep the good memories going. For Real Good News, I'm Tommy Nonenmaker.
Libraries have always been more than just buildings full of books. They're centers for learning and community. This week, the Madison Public Library marked a major milestone. For a closer look at the celebration, here's Diane Smith-Kirsch.
The Madison Public Library has officially reopened its doors after a major 18-month renovation, and just in time to celebrate 125 years of service to the community. The grand opening was marked by a special ribbon-cutting ceremony attended by local leaders and library supporters. Among the guests were Senator Anthony Bucco, who helped secure funding through the New Jersey Library Construction Bond Act, Assemblywoman Ora Dunn, and New Jersey State Librarian Jennifer Nelson. Although Congresswoman Mikey Sherrill couldn't attend in person, she sent a formal commendation for the occasion. And also in attendance was Jean Marie Ryan, director of the Keyport Library, who worked to secure construction funding for libraries across the state, and architect Anthony Levino and furniture designer Brad Kinsberg from Creative Library Concepts. Also, members of the library's Board of Trustees and the Friends of the Madison Public Library, who also provided refreshments and rounded out the celebration. The $2.5 million project was made possible by the $914,000 state grant. Along with support from the Borough of Madison, the library's foundation, MPLI, the Friends Group, and savings the library had built up over time. The renovations touched nearly every part of the building. Updates included installing new ceilings, lighting and wiring, and creating new spaces for a teen room, private study rooms, and a community conference room. The front entrance and restrooms were also upgraded to be fully ADA accessible. New furniture and a more flexible layout were added to better serve the needs of today's library users. The newly renovated Madison Public Library is ready to continue its mission as a welcoming place for learning, creativity, and growth.
Medicaid is a government program that provides health coverage to low-income individuals and families. For a closer look at how it works and who it helps, here's our very own Alan Swanson.
In the past, I've spoken on this broadcast about the importance of fact-checking the overwhelming amount of information we encounter each day. Lately, we've been hearing a flood of information about Medicaid being cut by billions of dollars, with estimates ranging from 0 to 14 million people potentially losing their health care benefits. Let's take a moment to explore the facts about Medicaid. First, Medicaid is a joint federal and state program that provides health care to low-income individuals and families. It was established in 1965 to help millions of Americans who couldn't afford health care, Approximately 80 million low-income people in the United States receive health care services through Medicaid. It accounts for nearly a fifth of all health care spending in the country and covers about half of all long-term care costs. In New Jersey, more than 1.7 million children and adults are enrolled in Medicaid, many of them receiving nursing home care. Total Medicaid funding in New Jersey is $22.7 billion and rising, with 64% of that money coming from the federal government. Each state sets its own Medicaid eligibility rules, typically based on income, family size, age, disability status, and sometimes pregnancy. One important point about eligibility: undocumented immigrants, sometimes referred to as illegal immigrants, are not eligible for federal Medicaid funds. In fact, most immigrants are excluded unless they live in a state that chooses to offer additional coverage using state-only funds. Recently, there's been a lot of confusion and misinformation about how Medicaid works and who it helps. The truth is, Medicaid is a well-regulated program with specific rules about eligibility. And the care it provides benefits entire communities. Let's examine a frequent claim made by critics of Medicaid, that undocumented immigrants are somehow taking billions of dollars from the program. As someone who has worked in nursing home administration for 18 years, I can assure you that no Medicaid or Medicare beneficiary ever directly bills for services they have received. Medicaid recipients don't get checks from the program. The only people who can bill for Medicaid services are those who provide the services, such as doctors, hospitals, nursing homes. From my experience, it's not the recipients who abuse the system. It's only the providers or their billing departments who have even the opportunity to do so. Another common misconception is that it's easy to qualify for Medicaid. I'm currently helping a close relative apply for Medicaid in New Jersey, and the process is grueling. It requires 5 years of financial records, detailed proof of all income and assets. And there are strict limits. No more than $2,901 per month can be income, and no more than $2,000 in total assets. Realistically, why would anyone go through that difficult process unless they had no other options? And what undocumented person would be able to gather such fraudulent documentation to even be able to apply? There is also talk of requiring Medicaid recipients to work. But here is the fact. Most people on Medicaid already are working. Nationwide, 64% of Medicaid recipients are employed. In New Jersey, it's 71%. The rest are typically caregivers, disabled, retirees, or students. So, before we jump to conclusions based on headlines or political spin, it's important to understand what Medicaid actually is, who it serves, and how it works. It's not a giveaway. It's not easy to get, and it's certainly not being drained by people who don't qualify. Medicaid is a lifeline for millions of Americans, working families, children, seniors, people with disabilities. And it plays a vital role in keeping our communities healthy. So, as always, let's keep the conversation honest, based on facts, and grounded in the real experiences of people who rely on this essential program every day. I'm Alan Swanson. Thank you for watching.
We look forward to bringing you our local stories on our new schedule on the first and third Sunday of each month. We wish you a safe and happy week ahead, and we look forward to seeing you on our next show on Sunday, June 22nd, 2025. Until then, I'm Dawn Collette, reminding you that real good news is worth sharing.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the presenters and contributors. While we support a diversity of perspectives, they may not reflect the views of the entire team. We encourage open dialogue and welcome differing viewpoints. Real Good News is produced by Mortonville Productions. For Real Good News, I'm Diane Kirsch.